Hey, the tale of two halves, right? I mean, you give SMU a lot of credit, especially in the second half. They forced us back on our heels some, and like I said, they got off to a great start the second half, 7-0 run to kind of set a tone, and I give our guys a lot of credit because when that happens and you go all the way to where you lose a lead because we lost the lead, then we show what we were made of. We were able to fight back, regain the lead, and win a really good ball game.
That second half, what did you say to the guys once they made the 7-0 run and then they got ahead? What did you not like about your guys' performance?
Well, I think we had gotten away from the game plan. They had gotten a couple 3-point shots off. Mike started the second half with a three, and I mean he's too good a player. He's one of the best players in our league. You don't want to let him see the ball go in and get going. So we were trying to contain him, which we know is hard, of course. And then I thought, we gave him a couple easy baskets, things in the lane. Too much they back cut us and got layups and dunks. That's not UCF defense. That's not how we built the lead. And then on our end, we missed a layup, missed a few shots that were open, and that kind of contributed to the overall run they had as well.
Let's go back to the start. What worked so well for you? Why was it playing so well?
Well, I think it started on the defensive end. I think we came out with an aggressiveness. I think we were alert, focused, and offensively, I thought we were hitting on all cylinders too offensively. I thought we moved the basketball, we shared it, all the things we talked about, been working on before this game. Started to see all those things come together for us, and I think that's why it led to such a good first half.
That first half defense initially right out of the gate too, like the three-quarter court press, the half-court traps, that was really successful. I mean, just talk about how successful it was.
No, it really was. I thought our guys were active in it. We showed we had a lot of energy, and that's what we want to see. I mean, like I said, it's March. Don't leave anything in the tank. You want to go out empty, and that's what we want to go out on empty. And so all the guys went out there. No one paced themselves, and they really played as hard as they could.
How was your team able to pick itself up after blowing the lead to still finish strong?
That shows a lot of character. I mean, we've been in these situations so much this year. It's good to see us kind of overcome one of those situations and come out on the positive side. And we needed that. That's what you need for growth. You need to be in those situations and win them because then that carries you a long way. You feel confident about being in them. And so today I think, was a big day for us as we head down the stretch of our season with one more home game and then our tournament. To win a game like that before we get there, I think is good.
Colin mentioned complacency. Were you concerned about that at the half? What was your message to them? You had such a big lead.
No, we weren't talking complacent at all at halftime. We were really staying locked in, keeping our guys fired up, keeping our energy up, knowing that they're going to make a run. It's basketball. They're a good basketball team. They're not going to just lay down for you. So you got to keep your foot on the gas pedal. You got to keep going 100%. And like I said, but you give them credit. The reason why it didn't work out as much in the first half, especially the first 4 or 5 minutes, because they had something to do with it. They ratcheted up their intensity. They, ended up, knocking down some shots they didn't make in the first half. And on the flip side, like I said, we had some good looks. I thought we had a couple open threes. We had a layup. I mean, when teams are making their runs, those are those baskets that kind of can stymie the run a little bit, and we just didn't have those for the first seven points that SMU scored.
What can you do to kind of, this self-induced turnovers, Colin, kind of the ill-advised passes, other instances or other games? Is that something that you continue to harp on?
Keep teaching. That's all you can do. I mean, these guys are they're 18 to 22. I mean, they're not NBA players, and they're going to have plays like that. You just got to keep teaching, keep trying to work them through it. I'm a big believer in our team, big believer in Colin. He'll learn from this one, and I think he'll grow from this experience. I was always taught as a young person, a tough lesson usually is a lesson learned. And to see that game kind of turn on a trifle right there with that play, I'm sure that lesson will stick with him for, probably for the rest of his career. Just like some of the lessons that some of the other players have had, it will stick with them. So tough lesson's a lesson learned, and I'm sure he's learned this lesson.
On that last defensive possession, though, with 15 seconds left, Colin played pretty active defense. He trapped the guy in the corner there and made it difficult for them. So bounce back.
Colin had some really good defensive play. I think the block, when I think Jolly, somebody came in there and drove, really set a heck of a tone for us because they had all the momentum in the world at that point in time. He threw that ball back out of there. You could see him starting to look around when he kind of rotated over, so that helped us. And then, of course, the last play on Jolly, guarded him behind the three-point line, played real disciplined, didn't foul him. I mean, Colin had a terrific game for us. I was really proud of his overall game, except the pass.
When you walked in, you were shaking your head a bit. What are you feeling in the second half? Are you feeling it starting to slip away?
Well, whenever you have a 19-point lead and they regain the lead on you, you're not feeling great. But the thing I liked, and I knew we still had a lot in us, was the fact that looking at the score, looking at the time, I felt fine. I mean, when have we not been in games like that? So for us, we've been in those game situations so much, and then you're comfortable in them. You know what to expect. You know what you want to get. Now, you may miss or make shots. We can't control that, but you pretty much know what you're going to do. And I thought our guys, especially because we ran out of timeouts with about 7-8 minutes to go in the game, I thought our guys did a great job considering we had no timeouts to kind of, reorganize. They were really sharp down the stretch.
Colin and Brandon both make big free throws down the stretch for you. Just talk about what it takes for them to do that with the game on the line.
It says a lot about them. Those guys wanted to be on the line. Colin wanted the ball. We went to him a lot in the second half, and he really produced for us. And then Brandon, I think, probably was the biggest player of the game. Colin didn't miss many free throws, but he missed that one, and Brandon was alert. He just wasn't on the line just, relaxing. He was on the line looking to make a play, and I think he made probably the biggest basketball play other than the defensive stop at the end.
And during that half, did you mention, because it's a big lead, but you were facing a team that had, in their last game, a 24-point lead and then lost. Did you mention about how, that no lead can be taken for granted?
No, you know what? I didn't bring that up to the guys. I didn't want that to be part of, in their psyche. I knew, of course, they were up 24 and took a tough loss the other night. That's why I knew they would be ready to rebound tonight. I know their coach. I know their players, type of pride that program has. I knew they would come out ready to go. So we had to come out with the first half we had in order to establish who we were going to be that night, and I thought our guys did.
And that's something now you can talk about after this game, how leads can happen.
Oh, definitely we'll share it now, and we'll share the fact that they were up, and what happened in the game that they were up, because now we can share that information just to keep teaching. Like I said, I'm excited about this time of the year. I'm excited about our guys. I think our guys still believe. I think you can see that by how they played. And they, like I said, anything can happen. It's March. We got, we have a big game, our last home game versus East Carolina on Sunday. I thought our crowd was great. I thought our student section was terrific. They gave us a lot of energy. They were loud. And that's what we have to have in our last home game before we head to the tournament.
Thank you, sir.
Thank